I'm going to show you how to take this t-shirt and turn it into cool custom birthday t-shirts.
They say winning doesn't always mean coming first. That's why you gotta find your path and make it work. That's why the tortoise beat the hare. Slow and steady wins the race, cause you took the time to care. And your blessings will find you. I just had to remind you that it don't matter if you fall. Just pick yourself up and stand taller than before.
What up, fam? So for today's project, I'm using my long cutting mat. Yes, it's a 12 by 24 and it is dusty. I haven't used it in forever. But using this mat is going to allow me to cut 2 of the designs that I'm going to be using for this project in one shot, right? So today I'm using this Birthday Squad SVG that I got off of Etsy. And I'm going to be able to put 2 in the design space so I can cut 2 at a time. And there is some space at the bottom for the custom names that's going to be going on the back. So on the front, we're doing Birthday Squad, and on the back, we're doing the custom names. For a project like this, when you're using heat transfer vinyl, you have to mirror your image. So make sure you flip it. With a Cameo Silhouette 4, when you go to cut it, it will ask you to mirror it, but I like to do it first so that way I don't forget. So once you're good and ready, you're going to press send. You're going to look for Heat Transfer Smooth for your material. Once you click that, all of your settings will pop up. Your blade settings will be there, your blade depth. And me, I like 2 passes. So if you need to just inch everything up 1 or 2 just to make sure it gets a clear cut, you go ahead and do that. Now let's turn this cutter on. Make sure that heat transfer vinyl is secured on the cutting mat. And let's load it in and hit that cut button. Some people think that this is a printer, but it is a cutter. It does not print the image. What it does is it cuts around so that way it's kind of like a silhouette of an image, or, you know, however you want to describe it. Silhouette Cameo 4, duh. But yeah, it's going to cut and it's going to get that image nice and cut for you. And here I am just weeding the vinyl. And I have my own way of weeding. Everybody weeds differently, but I really just like to peel it back. If the vinyl is really good, it should peel smooth like butter. And it might look like I'm having a hard time, but honestly, this vinyl is absolutely great. It peels very easily. Just be careful not to be too rough so that way you don't weed out the pieces that you do need. The goal is to weed out the pieces that you don't need. And you'll see what I mean when I'm done weeding it. And it really does peel like butter. If you checked out my last video, I had some HTV vinyl and I used the Cricut Maker 3 and it wasn't as smooth as this. So yeah, all in all, I definitely like the Silhouette Cameo 4 better for me. And this is some random vinyl that I got off of Amazon, and I'll link it because it peeled like butter, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm almost done, and as you can see, I've weeded away all of the things that I didn't need, and here are the things that I do need. Now this part right here is super important. You don't want to forget to weed away those little pieces, right? So if it's like the letter E, you're going to have the circle there. If it's a B, an A, whatever it is, you have to make sure that you weed that away. Because once you press it on a shirt, you have just wasted a shirt because you left a little piece that wasn't supposed to be there. So make sure that you weed out all of those little tiny pieces. Like this little piece right here, if I would have forgot that, it would have looked crazy. Watch. It's the littlest thing, but you cannot forget those little details because that's what makes the shirt pop. I'm not the biggest fan of using vinyl for my shirts, my personal shirts, but when you do customs and you don't have like a fancy printer, this is the best way to go. Some people be like, vinyl is trash, but nah, it's okay. It's okay for certain things, and some people really do like it. So it just depends on the work that you do to make it look good. So once again, don't forget all of those little pieces. And when you're done, make sure that you hold your transfer up and really examine that you've weeded out everything and there's no little specks left on the transfer. So now we're going to get ready to press the shirt. I've warmed up my heat press to about 305 for 15 seconds. When pressing a shirt, always make sure you get the moisture out, and you do that by pressing it just to heat it up, heat up the shirt, get the moisture out. That is super important if you want whatever kind of materials you're using on your shirt to stick, whether it's vinyl, whether it's a transfer. You always want to make sure that you get that moisture out of the shirt. And now we're going to make sure everything is flat and smooth. We're going to get this little tool, which I don't often use, but I really wanted to make sure that these designs were centered. That's going to help us find our center. Then I'm going to get the transfer that I created, center it on the shirt, and get ready to press it on. So what I did was find my center in the transfer and lined it up with the center of the shirt. And it is sticky, so I'm going to hold it up just to see if it's not crooked or anything like that. And I'm normally not this tedious, but this is a custom experience for a customer, and I want to make sure that it is perfect for them. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to make sure that's on there perfectly. And now I'm going to press it. And again, I've heated my heat press to 305 degrees for 15 seconds. And don't mind my ashy elbows.
Where's the lotion?
And like I said, I thought this heat transfer vinyl was really good. Not only did it weed well, but it also stuck with one press, warm peel, and voila, voila. That looks really good. Peeled easily. I'm kind of loving it. So now I'm just going to lock in that design one more time. Just press it down for a few more seconds to make sure that everything is good and secure. And that looks super good. Just inspecting to make sure that it looks great, and it does. Easy project, y'all. Very easy. So I've done about 8 shirts. I've got the birthday squad on the front, and I've got individual names on the back. I folded them nicely so they can see the names. And here's a full look of the shirts. This is how they came out. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Peace out, y'all.